Okay, today's video, we're going to talk about YouTube short ads, how you can advertise on YouTube shorts and make a grip of money doing just short ads on YouTube ads. This is different than regular long video ads on YouTube because you can actually get the ad space of what's being offered through YouTube in front of the same audience that you would like to get in front of right now for fractions of the cost. A actual ad impression on short ads, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, compared to long view ads or long video ads, is like 1, 2, 3% of the cost of a long view or long ad view itself. But the reason why it's 1% of the cost is for simple reasons. Why most people can't monetize the space. They don't have a dedicated short ad to advertise. Therefore, they're not getting much out of a short ad placement. And then as a result of that, of course, is they're not willing to pay as much. Because everything on the internet in terms of advertising is all predicated on demand. More demand for the ad space, the higher the cost per click or cost per view is going to be. Best way to make money online is be able to monetize ad space at a higher rate than what competition's willing to pay for it and can. So with the short ads, because nobody makes a custom short ad and you be the one person in your whole market who makes a short ad that is a vertical ad format that cuts to the chase exactly what you want them to do, what you want the user to do, and not asking too much of them right away. If you have a product, you can demonstrate the incredible value of that product through a visual demonstration. Or if you have something that isn't so visual, you quickly convey something that the user can get, a need to know piece of information, and get their attention that way quickly. And the key with the short ads is you got to be able to demonstrate in 3, 4, 5 seconds what it is that you're getting to the point on or need to get to the point to. Otherwise, people click off of it, and therefore, that's why people aren't willing to pay, half of a cent per viewing of the ad, a third of a cent per viewing of the ad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through what this basic formula is in detail to monetize short ads so you can make all this money for yourself and for your own market. Basically, everything that you need to have walking away from this video to be able to make money with short ads and what the actual opportunity is with examples of how we used it in the past for other clients, okay? So with that said, with short ads being cheap in general, we're talking a fraction of a penny per viewing of the ad, and few people having no short-centered ads to advertise on YouTube, if they're advertising on YouTube at all, and then very few people in general having short ads that they've made just for YouTube Shorts. You can make a lot of money in your space by being the only one with this strategy that I'm going to give you here. That is, you're going to have a dedicated ad just for the short placement on YouTube. Short placement, by the way, if you don't know already, it's going to be, there's a place on YouTube where you can scroll shorts by itself. And then there's, in the search results, there's shorts there as well. On the home page, there's also shorts there as well. So there's 3 basic places your short ad can show up. Okay? But regardless of the situation, right, you need to have something that looks incredible in terms of visually there for the user, which will get you a high click-through rate on the search results itself. Or when people are viewing the shorts, you got to have something that you can communicate in a few seconds of actually watching the video so that you hook them in right away. That's the most important part of having a short ad that will work and will be profitable for your brand. But if you do the dedicated short ad, you're going to get, as we routinely will, 50 to 75% less cost per action or cost per conversion than your long video ads, because while there's still not a lot of people who know how to make effective video ads and the price to advertise on YouTube is therefore cheap, there's way less that know how to advertise on shorts because it's not been around nearly as long, and people just try to have the same video ad for the long ads. So this is short and it's not going to work out as good for you, obviously. So the formula that crushes it with the short ads is really pretty simple. If you have something that's simple to explain in the first 3, 4, 5 seconds of a short ad, you just go ahead and you show it as is, and people click through are going to go to your landing page on your website that you normally send other ad traffic to already. If you have something even moderately complicated to explain, you're going to have that short ad go to a landing page that only the short traffic goes to, and you're going to put a second video on that lander. An alternate way would be to send them to a long version of a video on YouTube, which is another way that we've done it in the past. But respectively, you're going to get better results out of sending them to a landing page on your website with another second video on it, because once people get into your domain, it's harder for them to just exit out of the video and go to another video on YouTube and whatnot. So therefore, that's why it's going to convert better. But on that landing page, right away, you just have a video that's going to play that's going to be able to explain more. And because they're on your site, they're less likely to click on something else. That video itself will ask them at the end of a 2-3 minute video, which is what you're going to have there, ask them to go to your actual website or landing page or product page on your website like you send other traffic to. So you can think of this page you're sending them to with the 2-3 minute video on it as like a pre-landing page. I like to call them pre-landers. It's not like a term a lot of other people use, but the important thing is what you're going to actually have is a lot of people who see your short ad, they're going to click through, get to your landing page with your long video on it, and you're going to get a lot of bounce off that page, because when somebody's actually viewing shorts on YouTube, because a lot of the views you get from those short ads are going to be people on the actual short feed. They're not going to be willing to just watch a 3-minute video. They're on shorts because they like shorts. So, obviously you try to make your video as good as you can so you have the least bounce back to YouTube without watching fully through that video. So what you're going to do is you're going to heavily remarket the traffic that hits that dedicated pre-landing page with all the other reasons why they should go back to that pre-lander and see the rest of that video, and with that, basically other short ads, but not only just other short ads, banner ads that you're going to run on Google Display Network, and a lot of other ad types if you want to throw that in there, but mainly those two. And naturally, what you can do with remarketing, if you weren't aware of it already, with Google Analytics remarketing, or with Google Ads and Google Analytics, you can actually set up a remarketing audience for people who have been on your web page for a different amount of time. So what I would highly suggest you do is the people who have not gotten through all of your secondary video on your landing page, on your pre-lander, you remarket to get them to go back to that pre-lander to watch the full video. If they got at least 80% of the way through that secondary video that you take them to on your pre-landing page, then you're going to remarket to them to get them to the product page if they have not clicked through to your product page. And of course, if they got to your product page on your website or landing page on your main website that you send other ad traffic to, then you're going to remarket to them on that level. That is, the features and benefits of the product or service in question, testimonials of other customers that have bought that product or service. And so you can almost think of this basically as a sales funnel. You got the short ad going to an intermediary page, which explains more so the main concept that you were trying to describe through that short ad. And the video itself educates that user the rest of the way on what that idea was that was on your short ad. And then the video itself, once they've educated you a little bit, then they get you to click through to your main website. So it primes the user as to what the significance of the products or services that you sell is. That's what a pre-lander actually does. And so an example of this, just to give you an example right off the bat here, we had in a life insurance settlement space where people buy life insurance policies off of people for a certain amount of cash, or for a cash settlement, if you will. And what we would do is have these short ads showing up for people. And the short ad would be saying, there's a new way that people are cashing out millions of dollars from their life insurance policies. Click here to find out more. That right there can be said in 5 seconds or less and conveys the value of the proposition that's being made in 5 seconds or less. Of the short ad, all you're trying to do is get them to go to your long video on your landing page, on your pre-landing page, to watch the full video. The full video explains why people are getting millions of dollars from their life insurance policy. They watch that 2 or 3 minute video on why, and with that, there's a certain reason why they're getting millions is because, but if you wanted to understand that, the life insurance policy, because there's people who buy policies and then there's brokers. Brokers will go farm your policy out to a bunch of people and get people to compete for the value of that policy. So you'll get a much higher settlement value in that situation. So that's what the 2-3 minute video on the pre-lander explains. And then if you want to know of the best broker that does the most deals, click the link below to get to that broker, and then that now takes the user to the landing page on the primary client's website that we had to opt in to get a quote on your life insurance policy. So you basically know already before filling out that form why you're filling out the form on that particular life settlement company's website. And then in terms of the traffic, of course, we're targeting anybody who searched for or doing any kind of research on life insurance settlements with that short ad that gets the user funneled into our website. That's a very, very effective campaign that we're running for the client still to this day. Okay. And if you're trying to do this for a product, to give you an example there, what we did was we were selling a toolbox, pretty expensive toolbox at that, more 4 figures in terms of cost. With products, it's actually even easier. You don't need such a good, clever hook, at least if that product visually can be demonstrated as to the true value of that product and differentiation of that product. That particular toolbox's main feature is it has very heavy-duty drawers. That's so heavy, in fact, that you could literally, a 200-pound man could stand in the drawer once it's pulled out from the toolbox without it breaking, which is important because you have heavy-ass tools inside this toolbox, day in and day out, moving the drawer in and out. That would be the first thing that we would think would break on the toolbox. And if you're going to spend serious money on a toolbox, which even the shitty ones are a few $100s, you're going to want something that's going to last. And just saying that you have a warranty isn't as powerful as the visual demonstration of seeing somebody stand in the drawer of that toolbox. So that's what we did with his short, okay? And with that, we just show, shot after shot after shot of the man standing in the toolbox. And then that was what we used all you're trying to do with this, by the way, is just pique their curiosity. It isn't there to explain the entire pitch. It's not there. You don't have enough time, nor do you have enough of the user's attention to explain the whole pitch. You're trying to go at them with something that's shocking, essentially to get their attention and stop scrolling. In this case, the standing in the drawer, if you're interested in a toolbox already, which the user was, because we targeted all people that were interested in at least one of our direct competitors' toolboxes themselves, because you can do that with custom intent audiences through your Google Ads account. And then we hit them. We know they're already interested in a toolbox. We hit them with that visual demonstration, that shocking visual demonstration. Now we have their attention so that if they're going to, if they get to our product page, we've got enough of their attention that they're actually willing to spend some significant time looking at the product on our product page itself. Product page was robust enough. We didn't need to have an intermediary page to send them to. But if the product page sucks you have now sucks, there's not enough information on it. You don't have video after video demonstrating the rest of the features and testimonials and all that. You need to create that on your product page, or you need to create a landing page to send them to warm them up the rest of the way so that when they get to the product page on your website, they're already 95% of the way educated about your product so that they don't leave. So, but anyway, in terms of a product, that was what we did in that for that company. But that gives you an idea of like kind of what you could do with yours in terms of the ad creative. So to sum this up again, what you have is you create a script for your short. You can have up to 60 seconds for your script, but really you need to be able to spend that first 3 to 5 seconds getting across what you're going to have to get across to the user, and then you spend the rest of the 30 plus seconds with other ways to basically communicate the same thing or communicate the other, more exciting things. But just know that first 5 seconds got to hook them, and if it don't, that anything else you say doesn't matter because they're going to swipe past it. My recommendation is going to be for anything to do with services, like with the life insurance settlement offer, try to spend 5 or 10 seconds communicating one big idea, and that's it. If you have a product, you can spend 30 seconds showing the visual demonstration of the product, and then you need to get it done and said and done with in that amount of time. From there, like I said, you're going to send people to a dedicated short video. When I say short, not short from the standpoint that another 60-second or less video. I mean a 2 to 3 minute video, which finishes communicating the value proposition of that product or service. That video could already be on your product pages, so you could potentially just send them to your product page on your e-commerce site. But if you don't, you send them to an intermediary page, a pre-landing page, and that they can watch that will then really show all the main considerations of the things that the user should know about this product or service in general, and that links from the short ad. Because a lot of people would say something on that short ad that doesn't immediately link up and on the landing page you're going to take them to, which is where there's too much of a disconnect. They're just going to abandon ship right away. So if you have a guy standing in a drawer on the short video and you take him to a e-commerce site where you have that video right away that they can watch on your e-commerce site, that standing in the drawer needs to be in the first part of that video right away. Or for the life insurance settlement company, you need to right away start talking about why users are getting millions of dollars from their life insurance policy right away in that longer 2-3 minute video, so they know you didn't bait and switch them. So with this said, you're going to create your script for your short that's going to go into your 2 to 3 minute long version of your video. The short itself is going to be in a vertical format, okay? And then on your landing page, on your dedicated landing page that you're taking people to, I would recommend that 2-3 minute video be in a vertical format with the sides of the screen blacked out, because most people are using mobile devices nowadays. That longer video just sells that user on going to your website and seriously considering your offer. It educates and then sells them on going to check you out more. Then all the people, like I said, who got to your landing page, your intermediary pre-landing page, that is if you use one, you remarket to them until they've watched at least 80% of the video on your pre-landing page. You can set that up through Google Analytics, through the custom audiences that you can set up there. You import that into Google Ads, and then you run remarketing banner ads, drives them back to that pre-landing page until they watch 80% of it. Because if you did the longer video right, that 2-3 minute video right, they're going to be most of them will at least go to your website to check it out. And then once they get to your website and check you out, you have other remarketing ads that, like I said, go over testimonials, other use cases of your product, side-by-side comparisons of you and the other competitors so they can learn why your stuff is actually better. That's the funnel that you're going to use to properly monetize short ads, okay, at the highest level possible that we actually know about. So a short ad, in summary, isn't enough to sell anything in and itself. You can sell one big idea typically, of which you can then use to then further educate the consumer as to what the short ad was trying to, the big idea on the short ad. And then of that, because you got the attention 2 to 3 minutes from the user now, you can use that to then get them to look at your company, knowing how significant your company is now. Therefore, they'd be willing to check it out itself. And check it out and then immediately buy or respond, or being hit with more remarketing ads so they finish being interested enough to actually buy or inquire on your main website. That is the formula right there that I would use. Short ads, like I said, are going to give you 50 to 75% cost per lead or cost per conversion than your other longer video ads, because they're not used by many people, and that if they are using it, they don't have a specialized short ad, which if you don't do things like I mentioned, people are just going to skip past your ad because it's taking too damn long to explain what you need to explain. And if it doesn't pique the user's attention right away, given short ads or short videos on YouTube usually communicate value right away to the user, they're just going to skip past it and you're going to waste your money. But if you're the one person who does do that, like the other organic short videos that are out there where people understand this concept already, you're going to clean up with short ads like we do when we set our short ads up. So that's how you're going to make a grip of money using short ads for your business. So anyway, if you have any questions about anything I covered here, let me know down in the comment section. I get back to every single person who leaves me a question or comment on this channel, usually within 24 hours time. If you have any other ad related questions, by the way, you can easily ask me what those questions are. I'll try to use my 15 years of experience to put you on the right track with what you're doing the best I can, just as a thank you for watching the channel and helping the channel grow. So, and then as a side, by the way, if you are serious about making millions of dollars running ads for your business, this is the channel that you want to subscribe to, as the information I'm providing you on this channel comes from somebody who does ad strategy and testing 40 hours a week as my main job. Everything that I find that works, as well as what doesn't work, I'm going to give to you on a silver platter on this channel for free, which doesn't sound like a lot until you are inside, the industry that I am, and you realize almost everybody's selling these courses or whatnot. It's ghostwriters. They're not really running any ads themselves. They run a couple ads for demonstration purposes, but they don't actually manage dozens of ad accounts themselves. Therefore, the information is just not very valid. Whereas that's all I do at my firm, and therefore, at the very least, it's more valid than any other information you're going to find. So you should subscribe. You should subscribe right now already. You can also find, by the way, my blog. If you go to guaranteedppc.com/blog, you can find other direct strategies that work at our firm to guarantee results for our clients, with step-by-step information, with screenshots that will take you through certain things that are tried and true and proven that you can apply to your business today. If you like the channel, you're going to like my blog as well. Most people do that. Also go to check that out. If you're looking for somebody that will just do the heavy lifting for you to build the campaigns and use the strategies I talk about on this channel, you can similarly reach out to me at guaranteedppc.com, and I can look through what you're doing to see if there's a potential opportunity to work together. And then with that, we do not charge our clients any fees unless we can make them more profit on their campaigns up front before we take a fee. Otherwise, there is no fee, and that fee is less than the additional profit we're going to provide for you on paper before there is a fee, effectively paying ourselves with the increase in profits you get. No other firm out there does this. The only catch of working with our firm is we got to know we can get great results with your stuff before we start, and therefore we don't just take any client on. But if you want to see if we can work together, reach out to my firm at guaranteedppc.com, and I'd be happy to at least look over the opportunity at hand of what you have, what you're running. And if there is an opportunity, we'll give you a projection of increase in results we can provide you. If you're not looking to work with an ad agency, you can take us up on our offer of our ad templates. If we've worked in your niche market before, we've worked in over 100 different niche markets in the past 10 years of running this agency. You can take the exact ads, winning landing pages, all of it, and use it in your own campaigns. Just copy and paste all the results we were getting in your own ad account and sidestep all the work that we had to do to figure out what works the best in your niche market, a bet in a different geographic area than you're in. And it will obviously be way cheaper and way less stressful to figure out what we had to figure out than just buying those templates from us outright, of which we'll be able to tell you the results you get with the templates before you ever use them. So you'd know if there's value there or not before you ever took us up on our templates and purchasing them from us or not. We've got people that are using these templates to start whole other businesses, lead generation businesses where they're selling people leads. They start e-commerce businesses on the side. If you want to sell, for instance, mattresses in your country, you can take a template that sells mattress is great in one country frankly our client never wants to be in your country and have turnkey success with it right off the right away, basically, without having to reinvent the wheel. So if you're interested in any one of those other opportunities, you can easily reach out to me as well at guaranteedppc.com. But I'll wrap everything up with that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.